Hey guys, AJYT Abbott here, and I know it has been a long time since we've done a video that wasn't Minecraft. And I know I've been very private, or not private, but quiet, I guess, on this channel because I don't know, I ran dry of ideas. It takes a long time to make those Minecraft episodes, which is why I don't get as many out as I want to. But basically, I have been wanting to get this video out for a long time, and I'm just now getting this out after it's been out since July. So, I believe this one is June? I don't even know anymore. That's how long it's been. But, yeah, this is First Cow by A24. Spoilers are ahead. So, yeah, if you haven't seen First Cow, I'm gonna dive into the film here. It's an A24 film, so my expectations were high, of course, because these are it's the same production company that was behind The Lighthouse and Uncut Gems, Midsummer, mid '90s, The Farewell, Disaster Artist, The Witch. I can go on and on. But the world building in this film is fantastic. It definitely takes some pages out of the book from The Witch, because The Witch is one of those horror films that will make you scared just by the scenery and the world that you're in. It sets you in the world that the characters are living in, and that is the same scenario that happens here with First Cow. You're set in the shoes of Cookie and King Lou, and as they're these entrepreneurs that are trying to make a living in this not so forgiving world, where you have to basically live coin to coin, pay after pay. There's never really a place where you can just be wealthy for a bit, because there's always going to be troubles arising, and that is what happens in this film when they start milking the cow from the general. And the general is played by this guy, I forget what his name is, but he's also in The Mist, which is a great Stephen King film, by the way. Well, adaptation. But the characters are very well developed. Hell, even the cow. But the cinematography is really good as well. There are some really gorgeous shots. Since it's been, honestly, I probably should have rewatched the film in preparation for this film, in this movie review, I mean. But, given the fact that it's been at least a month or so since I've seen the film, I do forget what some of the shots are, so I couldn't give you examples, but trust me on this, I do remember the cinematography being very breathtaking. And it eases into its ending. It takes its time to flesh everything out. It really does, go very nice and easy, wrapping up the story. And it's a very well woven together story. In that regard, that basically these two men are just trying to make a living off of this cow that they find. They find out that it's, of course, the general's cow, and they make friends with the general as they give him, these cakes that they make from the cow's milk. And the general starts to realize, he's like, I taste London in these cakes. And he eventually does find out that Cookie, Figowitz, and King Lou are using the cow's milk, and he gets pissed and basically chases them. Cookie and King Lou get separated, and here's where some spoilers are gonna come in. They do meet back up at the end. Cookie is very tired, exhausted. So is King Lou. Cookie and King Lou just lay on the ground and they die. Seems like every fucking A24 film, every A24 film has to involve everyone dying at the end, or something bad happening. Basically, crap hits the fan at the end of every A24 film, except maybe The Farewell. The Farewell and Disaster Artist pretty much are the only films that I know that I've seen from A24 that don't have an ending where just everything hits the fan. And I've yet to see some of the other ones like Good Time, and The Room, or not The Room, or yeah, it's just Room, I think is what it's called, with Brie Larson. But yeah, those are some others I need to watch. And that'll probably be the case for The Green Knight and Saint Maud, and whenever we get those films. But yeah, but they both die, and you know how the film ends, pretty much. At least on a rewatch value, you will. Well, yeah, of course you will know how it ends if you rewatch. But what I'm saying is, I predicted the ending from like the first 5 minutes, because there's this woman that is looking around on this island with her dog. The dog finds these bones, and it's two people. She digs up the bones, and it's two people just laying side by side. And our main characters are two people, so you can pretty much piece it together that it's not going to end well for Cookie and King Lou. Well, it did end well, but I don't know. I guess they were just really dehydrated and exhausted and just died. It's kind of crazy and unclear how they just die after just laying down. It's kind of strange. But, kind of like The Turning. I made the comparison to The Turning, which I don't like making that comparison, because y'all know how I felt about The Turning's ending. But the deaths of Cookie and King Lou, it kind of ruins a rewatch, because you know that after a slow burn, that's how I would suggest describing this A24 film. It is a slow burn. 6.5 out of 10 is what I give it. Maybe looking back and forgiving some of the slow pace, because it makes up for it in terms of character development and emotion towards that end. And especially with the friendship between Cookie and King Lou, I maybe would bump it up to a 7. But it is a solid film. I'm not knocking it. I don't hate this film. I have yet to encounter an A24 film that I just absolutely hate. There's a film called Climax that they did that Angry Joe Show said it was the worst film of 2019, which is interesting to me, because that makes me want to watch it even more. So, I don't know. I'll watch that, and I still gotta watch Good Time and Room, of course, and I want to watch Waves and The Last Black Man in San Francisco, and then that's kind of all the A24 films I have on my list. But First Cow is definitely a solid entry. It's just a slow burn, and once you rewatch it, that slow burn isn't exactly worth it, just to see two guys die in the end, when they're gonna die in the beginning from the first watch. But thanks so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts were on First Cow. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.